Today's Sunshine Note is titled, The Great Storyteller. I tell you the truth, anyone who will not receive the kingdom of God like a little child will never enter it. Mark chapter 10, verse 15. I remember so well sitting in an overstuffed recliner with my grandfather, listening to his incredible tales of his life experiences. I loved to sit and listen without interruption for as long as possible. I heard about the tricks he played on all of his teachers and friends, the time he locked the boys in the outhouse, when he rolled a barrel of rocks down the tin roof of the schoolhouse while all the parents were inside for a teachers' meeting, and playing cowboys and Indians in the dense woods around his house. There were stories of sliding down gutters to escape his classes and teachers, or of throwing firecrackers into the pot-belly stove, which blew the piping off the wall and filled the whole building with billowing smoke. He also told me of a time people had very little. He was part of a big family who was excited to get oranges as Christmas presents. They all worked on the farm and used their imagination to amuse themselves, rather than video games or the computer. He was an all-American boy in the wake of the Great Depression, and he is one of the people I look up to. My grandfather's stories made me think of an even greater storyteller, Christ himself. He called the little children to himself to hear stories and be blessed. I am sure they listened with rapt attention and admired him as one of his heroes. Just as I did with my grandfather. But they were hearing about the kingdom of God, and they received Christ's message better than even his own disciples. We must become as little children sitting on Christ's knee to enter into heaven. We must become as little children sitting on Christ's knee to enter into heaven. We should look to him with that devotion. We should look to him with that kind of devotion, that kind of admiration. Jesus' parables were stories to lead us to him. Christ gave us many examples through his stories of how to become a true Christian. Like my childhood love of reliving the times of my grandfather's youth, we should also devote ourselves to the greatest storyteller. I tell you the truth, anyone who will not receive the kingdom of God like a little child will never enter it. Mark 10:15. May God bless you today.